In this video, I'm going to show you a breakdown of how I created this effect using Blender. So first of all, you start by shooting your clip. Make sure that your shot is not too shaky, if not you might have issues with the tracking. Then we move into Blender and we track our shots. As you can see, this is a very simple shot, so there's not really much shake. So I was able to get a pretty nice track. So after that, you set up your scene, build your geometry. And the thing about this effect is that you need a container and you're contained. So what do I mean by that? If you check this 2026, that's this model of 2026, you see that it has a collision physics. And the reason why it has this collision physics is that the content, which is like the effects we're actually creating, is inside it. And that one is using a cloth physics, as you can see. So the collision is actually stopping it from going outside the boundaries, as you can see right here. So what I did was that I turned the collision to a bound object so that like I'll be able to see my effect inside. And the thing about this effect is that you just need two main settings for setting it up in clothes physics. So the first one is pressure, which inflates the clothes. Then you need the shrinking factor, which basically expand the clothes in case like the clothes is not, in case your simulation cannot like expand enough. So that's what the shrinking factor does. And as you can see, actually I keyframed it so that it will just start at the beginning. If not, your simulation will go wrong. So you have to keyframe it to start gradually. And after that, I actually saved the file, then I cached it and exported it as an Alembic file so that my scene will not be too heavy, as per my system is pretty weak. So when I brought it into a new scene, I actually duplicated my scene, so I just deleted that one and imported this one back. As you can see, I created a particle system to create these balloons that will follow a curve, as you can see right here. And I've already cached my file. So I created those balls and kept it inside a collection, so that setting it up will be very easy. So here are the balls. So they're very just simple rounded cubes. And when you play the simulation, okay, yeah, I think in this part I was having too much subdivision, so that's why it was very slow. So that's what I did. I went to my render settings and I turned on simplify. So like basically there is no subdivision in my scene, so it became very fast. So if you check it right here, you see that the simulation will start. I made sure that it started after this 2026 has already inflated. Basically this is how the particle went around it using a curve guide. So that's the force field, a curve guide. So once your ball is out, so basically these are the balloon that I use. I just use simple materials for it, just like color and reduce the roughness and some other things. So here is the scene. It's kind of laggy, so here is it right here. So I was just going through the materials and all of that, as you can see. So everything I just use like basically a noise texture for the bump, at least to add more realism to it. Then the one that was kind of tough in a way was the transparent ball. That one I used a bit of math to create the node. That's why you see it is a bit much. So maybe later on I will go into it, but not now, definitely not now. Then I didn't use the compositor node. I prefer comping everything in After Effects. So maybe later on I will dive deep into After Effects. So thank you for watching. God bless.